The beating of his fins momentarily made the area around him a churning mass of bubbles, until patiently, by trial and error, he got himself righted. He pushed off again, carefully, to get some headway, then arched his back and kicked out. The Waldo responded with a great tail-slashing leap into the air. The dolphin was almost a kilometer off. As he reached the top of his arc, Jacob saw her fall gracefully from a height of 10 meters to slice smoothly into the swell below. He pointed his helmet beak at the water, and the sea came at him like a green wall. The impact made his helmet ring as he tore through tendrils of floating kelp, sending a golden Garibaldi darting away in panic as he drove downwards. He was going in too steep. He swore and kicked twice to straighten out. The machine's massive metal flukes beat at the water to the rhythmic push of his feet, each beat sending a tremor up his spine, pressing him against the suit's heavy padding. When the time was right, he arched and kicked again. The machine ripped out of the water. Sunlight flashed like a missile in his left window, its glare drowning the dim glow of his tiny instrument panel. The helmet computer chuckled softly as he twisted, beak down, to crash into the bright water once again. As a school of tiny silver anchovies scattered before him, Jacob hooted out loud with exhilaration. His hand slipped along the controls to the rocket verniers, and at the top of his next arc he whistled a code in trinary. Motors hummed as the exoskeleton extended winglets along its sides. Then the boosters cut in with a savage burst, pressing the padded headpiece upward with the sudden acceleration, pinching the back of his skull as the waves swept past, just below his hurtling craft. He came down near Macaca with a great splash. She whistled a shrill trinary welcome. Jacob let the rockets shut off automatically and resumed the purely mechanical leaping beside her. For a time they moved in unison. With each leap, Macaca grew more daring, performing twists and pirouettes during the long seconds before they struck the water. Once in mid-air, she rattled off a dirty limerick in dolphin, a low piece of work, but Jacob hoped they'd recorded it back at the chase boat. He'd missed the punchline at the crashing end of the aerial cycle. The rest of the training team followed behind them on the hovercraft. During each leap, he caught sight of the large vessel, diminished now by distance, until his impact cut off everything but the sounds of splitting water, Macaca's sonar squeaking, and the rushing phosphorescent blue-green past his windows. Jacob's chronometer indicated that 10 minutes had passed. He wouldn't be able to keep up with Macaca for more than a half hour, no matter how much amplification he used. A man's muscles and nervous system weren't designed for this leap and crash routine. Macaca, it's time to try the rockets. Let me know if you're ready, and we'll use them on the following jump. They both came down into the sea, and he worked his flukes in the frothy water to prepare for the next leap. They jumped again. Macaca, I'm serious now. Are you ready? They sailed high together. He could see her tiny eye behind a plastic window as her Waldo machine twisted before slicing into the water. He followed an instant later. Okay, Macaca, if you don't answer me, we'll just have to stop right now. Blue water swept past, along with a cloud of bubbles, as he pushed along beside his pupil. Macaca twisted around and dove down instead of rising for another leap. She chattered something almost too fast to follow in trinary, about how he shouldn't be a spoil sport. Jacob let his machine rise slowly to the surface. Come, dear, use the King's English. You'll need it if you ever want your children to go into space. And it's so expressive. Come on, tell Jacob what you think of him. There were a few seconds of silence. Then he saw something move very fast below him. It streaked upward, and just before it hit the surface, he heard Macaca's voice, shrilly taunt.
Chase me, chump! I fly.